Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky. Hey! I'm Gianna, and we are living lucky. I hope you are too. Today, we are talking about those days when you are teetering between giving yourself a little self-compassion, maybe a little grace to go back to bed, or discipline in getting up and being your best self. And if you're teetering, how do you teeter more this way?
More towards the discipline side. So there's grace and then there's excuses.
And grace can easily slide down that rabbit hole. You know what I'm talking about? You give yourself, oh yeah, I'm just going to stay in bed today, maybe for a couple extra hours. And next thing you know, you're taking the month off.
Right.
That's happened to me. That literally happened to me a year ago where I was like, oh, I'm just going to give myself a little grace. The next thing I know, I was like, you know what? Let's just give ourselves the month off.
Yeah. And I have clients talking to me right now because they're not hitting their goals for the year. And they're panicking. It's
fourth quarter, baby.
Yeah, well, it's the last month of the fourth quarter coming up, and they're panicking right now because they didn't have these little measurement markers throughout the year because they didn't.
That's important to measure and to have a system where you can see incremental improvements and progress. And I know just in my life and building this brand, it has been difficult for me at times because I am a results-oriented person. I played sports growing up, so I like to see the scoreboard,
right?
And to say, I won the game. And it's been hard for me to measure, you know what, I'm showing up every day. That's a win. I'm putting in the work. That's a win. I'm studying. That's a win. I helped someone today. That's a win.
So knowing that the practice routine is leading towards the end result of the championship.
And sometimes that's hard to trust the process and to show up incrementally. Well, Jason came up with this hack, and I think this is a really good tool that we all can use. And I mean, I've already poked holes in it. So I've been the devil's advocate this morning. I'm like, yeah, but go ahead and tell us what it is. I know. My English teacher, she used to say, yabbit, don't be a yabbit. Don't be a yabbit.
So just when we want to be our optimal self, you think of who's my highest level self, we think of like, what if we had a reality television show or a documentary that was being done on me? And the cameras were rolling at 6 a.m. when I got out of bed, or 4 a.m. for us when we got out of bed. And what's that look like? You wake up and the cameras are on your face. I want to put my best foot forward. Well, of course, you're going to have bad days. You're going to have those days where you're like, oh, I don't want to do it. But you're going to be less likely to give yourself the excuses and give yourself those. You'll know that you have to justify it to yourself why you're taking some breaks, why you're doing things, and then you're gonna show up your best.
See, there's holes in his story because we all think of reality TV show and we think train wrecks, right?
Well, I think
we're like, oh, I don't want to be on a reality TV show because that's where the drama comes out.
Right.
But what he's really saying,
you're not going to produce your show that way.
What he's really saying is if you can visualize your best self,
right,
and I do an exercise in the morning before I even sit up or get out of bed. I call it leveling up, tuning in to the right frequency is what I call it. But what I do is I literally picture, okay, what would my best self be today? What would she look like today? What would she act like today? Would she want to give her soul some grace and go back to sleep? Or is she going to get up and she is going to get it done and get moving? Like, what would my 5-year in the future self want me to do? And then become that. Become those things.
That's the V in Savers that we talked about earlier in the week.
Visualizing. Good morning. Let's say hello. Oh my gosh, Karen Hyatt's here. Hello from Belleville, Kansas. And Patricia, Jerry. Oh my gosh. Jerry and Paula have done our Christmas card for the last 16
16
years.
Yeah, I think so.
We
You got a
have
whole album.
we have a fabulous Christmas card that we sent out for years, and 2020 was our last time that we sent it out to everybody. We tested last year to see how many people called us and said, "Hey, where's our Christmas card?"
Yeah.
But people have actually saved our card year after year, and they put it on their Christmas tree and as like an ornament. So
Yeah,
that
other
says a
people are
lot.
making albums out of our Christmas cards. If you want our Christmas card, this is a one-time offer, but share today's live if you want me to send you a copy of our Christmas card.
Wow, what? Oh, Jason's bringing out the sales. Here I said we
Yeah,
discontinued
you
our
got to
Christmas
share it
card.
right now. So just hit the share button, and I'll send you a copy of our Christmas card this year.
Oh, that means you're going to be crafting
I
with
guess
me.
I am going to be crafting
Ah,
because we haven't planned on.
it'll be family time. I love these spur of the moment things. Jerry, thank you for
So
being
hit that
here.
share button.
It's meant to be. All right, so today, level up, tune into your best self. And our tool today is pretend you have a camera on at all times. Pretend you are on a reality TV show, your own reality TV show. It doesn't need to be like The Bachelor or
Right.
or I'm
Or
naked in the
Survivor.
jungle. You don't need to do that.
Life kind of feels like Survivor sometimes. You're not getting voted off the island, but you want to be your best self. So it's your own documentary.
It can be called Be My Best Self. Let's just make our own reality TV show, Be My Best Self, and let's pretend a camera is on us at all times. So that means when 1 o'clock comes around and Jana wants to go take a nap, she can say, you know what? Would my viewers want to see me sleeping? No, the ratings will go down. I need to go do art instead. And when Jason goes to the refrigerator and says, why don't we have any ice cream?
That's exactly what I was thinking. So when Jason goes to Publix and goes by the ice cream aisle, does he go down the ice cream aisle? Does he just skip the ice cream aisle because he doesn't want the viewers to see how upset he gets because he can't open the door? Or when he drives past a Krispy Kreme,
And it's not
does he
about,
stop?
so we want to be transparent. We want to be open and authentic.
Yeah.
But we also want to be in line with the title of the show, which is Be Your Best Self.
Yeah, and I'll talk about why I'm not pulling into the Krispy Kreme, and I'll talk about why I'm not going down the ice cream aisle. There's nothing really down that aisle for me right now. I'm going over to the vegetables. That's where I shop. I shop at the vegetables. I shop at the eggs and the protein. So, but it's so true. It's because you start.
We are drinking our vegetables right now. I
it's
don't know
a-
if you can see this. It's you can probably see it on my
delicious.
tongue.
But it brings a different awareness.
Yeah.
When you think about, okay, cameras are rolling.
Okay.
It brings a new awareness, and really that's kind of like the whole spin positive. It's awareness of those inner thoughts. It's awareness
I'm
of the
not
feelings.
sure,
It's
though.
awareness of
I'm not sure that the reality TV contestants have figured that out, because I think they think,
they're
oh, this
about
is
the
my time to just show my mess.
yeah, they want that 5 minutes of fame. They want that viral hit. It's there's a shock value. So they're still in that shock jock mentality.
Yeah, but we're on the show, Be Your Best Self. You
Yeah.
know, one other tip I want to give everybody is visualization. You know, Olympic athletes often will run through their routines. They'll run through their gymnastics or their, like the ski jumpers. They'll sit and they'll run through it in their minds. My dad was a basketball coach, and we grew up shooting a lot of baskets.
lot
My
of
sister
basketball.
was the national free throw champion. And many times we would go to the gym every day to shoot free throws. And then we would come home and we would actually visualize ourselves shooting.
And making.
And I believe, now science says it's about equal, but I say in my experience, I actually have better results when I visualize practice. And here's why. When I go to the gym and actually shoot hoops, sometimes they don't go in the basket. And therefore, my brain, my subconscious brain, is actually learning how to not make it. Whereas in my imagination, I'm making them every time. Not only am I making them every time, I'm dunking and I'm doing all sorts of things. So inside your imagination, you can practice perfectly. And that's the distinction. You can practice perfectly. So whoever you want to be 5 years from now, whoever your best self is today, you can practice that in your mind and then step into it. Now, we know we're not perfect. We know we're not, I mean, we do have flaws, right?
Yeah. But that creates
You said that
so
a little
much,
quickly, Jason.
so much progress, though. So imagination in your mind,
Yes.
meditation.
True.
That's what the Olympic athletes are doing is they're creating this path of progress in their mind through their imagination. And I just say that's meditation. So there's different forms of meditation, but that's what I'm doing when I meditate is I'm basically programming this path to my future.
I love it. I love it. Okay, once again, let's go back to Jason's offer today. If you share this, he personally will send you a Christmas card.
And send me a direct message on Jason Shell for Living Lucky to let me know that you shared it, and I'll just verify it on your page, and
and give us your address.
Yeah,
give us your address.
Yeah, I'll get your address, and I'll send you a Christmas card. So thanks so much.
All right, love you guys. Thanks, Jerry and Paula. Love you guys. Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.